Well, I joke about it that, I know people in Africa who know what Houston was because I actually know people in Africa who know what Houston is. Houston is internationally renowned. And it's not so much that what Houston had going is something that other laboratories in the country haven't had. I mean, Andy Dukin was in Massachusetts. There's the same kind of issues everywhere. It's the scale of what's here at Houston. I mean, this laboratory with 200 employees and 25-ish to 30,000 requests a year is one of at least the 5 largest laboratories in the country. We're about half the size of the entire DPS system spread between 13 labs. I mean, this is a big laboratory.
Are you taking in requests from other agencies?
We've got a little bit of that. Really, while we're set up and there's the possibility for us to do that, we've got a few contracts with some of the outlying counties. It's not really been the focus right now. I mean, the focus has been getting the core work for the city of Houston straight.
So we're talking DNA. There's a backlog. We've hired, upon leadership, we've hired an out-of-county, a private entity to review these things.
Well, it's not review.
Well, I don't know. Tell me. I don't know.
Yeah, so
why?
I want to get to that. The press release says you have 950 requests that are over 30 days old. And 200 of those are sexual assault kits, commonly known as rape kits, that haven't been tested.
No,
or have they?
Yeah, so they're all in process. Everything in that is all in process. Basically, you could look at the process of where we're at because
I think that's the narrative that's out there in the mainstream media is that these cases haven't been tested at all, and that they're just sitting there and nobody's looked at them.
Nope.
And so they're just sitting on a shelf somewhere collecting dust.
No, these are all in process. Everything has actually pretty well been through the laboratory end of it. It's all waiting data analysis. So this is what Courtney's been doing.
What do you mean about waiting for data analysis?
As we mentioned, there are several main steps in the process, and once we get to the point where we've generated data, that we have a ton of data to look at. And right now, we only have 6 people who are qualified to look at that data. The other problem we face is that we are the most qualified people to train someone else to look at that data because we do it every day and we're experienced. So really, right now, we have 6 people looking at the data and writing reports. 3 of those people are also training new analysts to be able to do that. So really, we have 3 people who can completely commit to looking at that data.
So the private lab, I mean, they're not retesting.
No.
Okay, so what exactly is who is the private lab?
Don't know yet.
Okay, so are you bidding that out? Is the city bidding?
We're shopping that out.
So we don't have a lab yet.
Don't have a lab
The
yet.
plan is to put it there.
We'll have that soon.
And the budget is $2 million.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, which I mean, frankly, that's not.
And about half of that will be grant money, federal grant money.
Right.
And the other half is coming out of basically what we've found in efficiencies and cost savings elsewhere in the laboratory.
So what is the private lab going to do exactly? If it's already been tested, what are they going to help you do?
In-house, we're going to work on what we call our backlog, all of the cases that we've already started testing. And so the plan is new casework that comes in the door, we'll be sending to an outsourcing lab so that it will help alleviate our burden to train, work incoming casework, and work the backlog. So we're going to focus in-house on the backlog and training and let the outsourced lab take all of our new casework, except for things that are priorities and rushes, things we need to work on in-house.
Yeah, the press release said that priority DNA cases identified by the Houston Police Department as urgent will continue to be completed in-house. So typically, what's considered urgent?
So I think a case that's obviously going to trial, we get notifications on that. It seems pretty regularly that it's going in 30 days. So we'd want to make sure that we keep something like that in-house. Something that's a threat to public safety, we of course would want to keep that in-house. And so there's various different things from the different divisions. Homicide and sexual assault seem to have the most priority cases, but there do seem to be the occasional robberies and things like that that we need to make sure we prioritize.